everyone, I'm Amber Black, and this is Keto by Volume. Now, I didn't intend to launch this channel so early, but let's be honest. We're all locked in our houses, drinking anyway. So why not change that boring vodka soda into a more interesting mixed drink? Keto, of course. Today, I'm going to teach you to make a personal high-fat favorite, the White Russian. So a little bit of history about the White Russian. Well, the first time the White Russian was ever formally printed in 1965 in the Oakland Tribune, it's believed the White Russian was developed in 1949 by a Belgian barman, Gustav Tops. It's believed that he created the White Russian with its sister cocktail, the Black Russian. As you may have noticed, Belgium is not Russia. The drink's name is derived from its main ingredient, vodka. This cocktail never really saw a rise to fame until the 1998 cult classic film, The Big Lebowski. In fact, the popularity of the drink was declining prior to the release of the film, and The Dude revitalized its popularity. There are multiple spin-offs of the drink, including the White Canadian, the White Mexican, the White Belgian, the Dirty Russian, and others. The first thing you'll want to do is gather your ingredients. Your favorite vodka, heavy cream, cubed ice, either coffee syrup or some chilled brewed coffee. For this recipe, I'm going to use coffee syrup for convenience. If you opt to use brewed coffee, you'll want to chill it first or make some cold brew overnight. Keep in mind, the coffee isn't sweetened like you would find in a coffee liqueur, so you may want to add a few drops of Stevia or some homemade simple syrup. Be sure to chill your old-fashioned glass first. I usually pop this in the freezer for around 10 minutes to get it nice and cold. And you don't have to water it down with excess ice. White Russians are traditionally served in an old-fashioned glass, but let's be real, there's a quarantine and you really could use any old glass, but we're going to keep it traditional here on KBB. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put some ice in our glass. And I already have a little bit of ice inside of the glass from earlier. Now I've already pre-prepped some ingredients. Normally you would just use a jigger and fill it to the right amount, but I have them in shot glasses just for ease. If you don't have a jigger, you can use tablespoons, and 2 tablespoons is equal to an ounce. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our vodka, which I have here in a shot glass, and we're just going to go ahead and pour that into the glass. Next, we're just going to take some of that coffee-flavored syrup. It's sugar-free. You could use cold brew, as I mentioned earlier, but this is just convenient. We're going to pour that into the glass too. We are going to take a little bit of heavy cream, and this time I'm going to use the jigger for. And we're going to put in 2 ounces of heavy cream. 1, 2 ounces. In this drink, we have 2 ounces of vodka, 2 ounces of heavy cream, and an ounce of coffee syrup. What you're going to do is you're going to take a spoon. You don't have to use a bar spoon, whatever spoon works, but you're just going to give it a little stir. And I have a little bit of garnish here that I put together. It is just cocoa powder and some cinnamon and ginger, and we're just going to sprinkle it into the glass. Just like that. And then we have straws. We just stick it in there, and there we go. A White Russian, keto style. This White Russian only has 2 grams of carbs and 24 grams of fat from the heavy cream. There are 371 calories, 131 of which come from the vodka. Remember, calories and alcohol still count even while the carb count remains low. So let's take a taste. I have Liam here, our resident normie, to tell me how close this is to an actual White Russian. Hi, Liam.
Hi.
You're just going to take it. You're not going to say hi?
I said hi.
It's rude.
I said hi.
These straws. You monster.
Wow. Yeah, that's actually really good.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah?
I like that.
You like that?
Mm.
So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how close do you think this is to a normal White Russian?
I'd say that's pretty close to a 9 or 10. It tastes exactly like I remember them.
Yeah?
So, yeah, I don't taste anything missing. I know a lot of the keto drinks, when we were experimenting with them, a lot of them had kind of a flat taste.
Mm-hmm.
I think you nailed it. So
I'm glad to hear that. So I think it's really good. I think that this is really close to what I remember White Russian being as well. It's a little heavier and a little creamier because we're using the heavy cream rather than half and half.
But it's good.
But it's kind of like cereal milk with a little bit of bite from vodka.
Yeah,
Like you can still taste the vodka.
This is adult cereal.
If you were, locked in your home during quarantine,
I'd be drunk.
so drinkability, you think you could pretty easily get drunk off of one of these?
Definitely.
Well, I guess more than one of these.
And it goes really good with Cocoa Puffs. I can almost guarantee it.
That would be a really great garnish, except that's not keto, so we can't use Cocoa Puffs.
I'm not keto.
That's true. You are the resident army.
I am.
I think this is great. Obviously, someone who consumes sugar can't really see much of a difference between this and the normal one with the coffee liqueur that is loaded with sugar. So this is a great alternative if you're keto or if you're looking for something that's lower in carb.
You're going to love it.
Thank you for joining us on Keto by Volume. Stay safe, stay healthy, drink responsibly, drink keto.